What up, guys? So recently we had a case where two negligent drivers tried to race and one of them crashed and literally tore a car in half. But I'm gonna first show you guys the police body cam footage. Obviously without really saying much, they're obviously reckless drivers. It doesn't really take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So let's get into the video. So here we have the official police body cam. I'm going to use someone's TikTok because they matched it up really easy and made it very easy to understand without having to research a bunch of different sites. I kind of did some research outside of that, but we'll talk about that more at the end.
Please don't do that. So, I'm already black and it already looks bad enough. It has nothing to do with race, man. We have two people that are dead right now caused by an accident.
I'm glad that he said that because I really hate when people try to do the victim stuff. You cause an accident, own up, accept responsibility. You don't just cause an accident, hurt people, and then try to act like you're getting racially profiled. This person probably has a victim syndrome. Let's keep going.
Because she danced on it. Okay. That has nothing to do with me and my brother. Okay, we were not speeding. Okay. What do you not understand?
If you notice, she almost messed up and said we weren't racing. She literally almost messed up. I'll play it back.
Nothing to do with me and my brother. Okay, we were not speeding. What do you not understand? You know what the speed limit is on here? Yes, it's 55. We were going 60. Okay. It's not my problem that she wanted to be a dumb bitch and try to beat us. Okay. That's not my problem. Okay. You placing me under arrest for something that we did not do? We have digital dashes, bro. We're gonna get all that. We have digital dashes. So therefore, we were going 60. So you don't have to yell at me. I have to because you don't understand. Okay, so here's what is gonna happen. No, I'm not. Okay. You're not placing me under arrest or anything. Sure, 770.
Here, Camille is immediately placing blame on the other driver. She doesn't hesitate to use profanities towards Taylor, who she incorrectly believes was driving the red car.
I think we're gonna call 1072. Okay. 45, 122. There's gonna be 210s.
Like, do you see the lack of remorse? You have to be a truly messed up individual to literally just hear that you killed two people, then proceed to get on the phone with your mom and be like, oh, this bitch better be dead. Honestly, people like this, you're the worst. Like, it's really calling a spade, but I think it's ironic that the bitch is going to go around and try to call other people a bitch. Like, look in the mirror, dumbass.
Hey, man, can I get the phone you had? Your friend would like it back. Yeah,
Is she dead?
your sister or no?
No, that bitch.
I don't know, man. I'm very sorry I can't give that information, but we just want you to be safe right now.
I'm fine. I just want my stuff. Sorry. Excuse my language, but the tried to hit him. He tried to. I'm sorry. First he tried to hit him.
Easy. Right here. You're the Aussie? Okay.
Alright guys, so as you guys saw, she didn't really hold any remorse in her body. If you guys want to research this case, it's called the Camille Dennis Bond case. Camille Dennis Bond and then her brother Leon, they both pulled up to an intersection, talked about racing, and they both took off. Never at any point did they mention speed. You even heard once she almost slipped up talking to the cop and said the word race. Eventually, the cops called her bluff in that situation, told her to stop bullshitting. She came clean and tried to lie and say that they agreed to race, but she told her brother to only go at 60 miles per hour. That's why I'm telling you about the speed never being mentioned. So they both speed off, take off. He goes speeding so fast that he hits a car and tears it in half, right? It's not just any car that he tore in half. He tore in half a SUV. I will say you have to be really heavy-footed on that gas pedal to do some damage like that. And Camille, obviously, because her and her brother both take responsibility for the race, obviously she's going to be charged. So it didn't just go to him being the only one being blamed. It was the both of them. Now, Camille, she was an adult, so she was tried as an adult. Her brother, on the other hand, was 17. So things got weird. They originally tried to try him as an adult, but it didn't necessarily work out. But before we get into their sentencing, let's talk about some prior back history. So Camille, she has a history, and a mean one, of getting speed tickets not only before but after the accident. Now, the reason why this is important is because there's a consistent narrative that was always given. Every time she was pulled over, there was always some reason that never involved her, all the way up until that day. You guys see the trend? So she continues to be on this bad path. She had a friend who was sitting passenger with her, but her friend also said that after hearing her lack of remorse and then going to a birthday party with her after the crash, where she continued to talk about the accident and not show any remorse, her friend decided, hey, it's not in her best interest to remain friends with this type of person. So let's fast forward to the day of the accident. So it's Easter Day. Her and her brother are driving out. It's pretty early, and they're speeding the cars around, and their neighbor sees. Now, what does their neighbor decide to do? Because the both of them stopped and they're just talking, the neighbor goes up and she's like, hey, it's Easter. Kids are out. We would just kindly appreciate it if you guys just weren't speeding around and stuff like that as much. Like, you guys just need to keep it a little bit safer for the children, right? Nothing wrong with that. Now, what did they decide to do? In retaliation, they decided to speed off in the moment, basically being like, hey, you can't tell us what to do, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The neighbor leaves inside. She goes to call the police, but coincidentally, the call fails. To their luck, the call fails. And so she doesn't get through to them. She decides, whatever, I guess I'll just get them another day. And 4 minutes later, after she tried to make the call, was when they got into the accident. Now, she didn't know this until she saw it on the news a couple weeks later. And when she saw it on the news, she immediately calls the police station, tells them about the other time when she saw them speeding, the other time, really the day of, but how she saw them speeding and racing earlier before the accident. And some of this information actually winded up being used. Now, to get to the sentencing, when Camille was in court, she was seen laughing, joking, like not really taking things seriously, trying to play around with her mom, smiling, doing all types of things on her phone during breaks, right? I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever been in that situation. That's probably some of the worst shit that you can do, because you're showing everyone you have no remorse, you don't care, you think that this is a cakewalk. She's basically just not taking it serious by any means necessary, and they gave her ass 2 15-year sentences, but they messed it up. They decided that it would be served concurrently. Now, for those that don't know what that means, it means it'll be served simultaneously, basically at the same time. So she doesn't have 2 15-year sentences, she has one. And the other thing too is they told her, because she was sentenced in December of 2022. So they told her, as long as you keep up your good behavior, you serve your time, and with supervised vision, she could get out of jail early. I believe they said as early as 2032. Now, for her brother Leon, because he was a child, they really couldn't try him as an adult like they wanted to. They pushed for it. They tried to really get it going, but they just didn't let it fly. The last picture that was seen of him that I saw, he had an ankle monitor on and he was flexing some cash, like trying to look cool. Basically, like, I don't really care. And it's crazy because they were going to give him 25 years, but they decided because he was a minor to give him probation, and if he violates his probation before he's 21, the end date, he will wind up getting his 25 years. Now, if you guys are anything like me, y'all don't like that shit. I don't like that shit either. On the bright side, Camille did try to immediately appeal for a retrial, and they immediately denied her, meaning that she will have to serve out that sentence. So that's on the bright side, but that was really it. That was really all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Let me know if you guys agree with the sentencing, if you guys think it should be more harsh. I'm on the side of thinking it should be more harsh. So what do you guys think?